I put some lube on and got him on his knees, and I began to slide into him from behind. I pulled out of him and kissed him while he masturbated. He asked me to turn over while he slipped a condom on himself. This was my ass, and I was struggling to imagine someone inside me. He got on top and slowly inserted himself into me. It was the worst pain I think I have ever felt in my life. Eventually, I felt a mix of pleasure with the pain.
What's up, everyone? Today's video dives into one of the most explosive Senate hearings you'll ever hear. The debate, explicit books in school libraries, and who gets to decide if kids should have access to them. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. And hey, before we break this down, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on big stories like this.
I confess I'm a little confused, and I appreciate the argument or discussion that we've been having, but for me it's a little too conceptual, or I don't know, metaphysical or theological or whatever you want to call it. I want to try to understand what you're asking us to do. Let's take two books that have been much discussed. The first one is called All Boys Aren't Blue, and I will quote from it. I put some lube on and got him on his knees, and I began to slide into him from behind. I pulled out of him and kissed him while he masturbated. He asked me to turn over while he slipped a condom on himself. This was my ass, and I was struggling to imagine someone inside me. He got on top and slowly inserted himself into me. It was the worst pain I think I have ever felt in my life. Eventually, I felt a mix of pleasure with the pain. Close quote. All Boys Aren't Blue. The second is another much discussed book. I'm sure you're familiar with it. It's called Genderqueer. Okay? Let me read an excerpt from that. Quote, I got a new strap-on harness today. I can't wait to put it on you. It will fit my favorite dildo perfectly. You're going to look so hot. I can't wait to have your cock in my mouth. I'm going to give you the blowjob of your life. Then I want you inside of me. End quote. Now, Mr. Secretary, what are you asking us to do? Are you suggesting that only librarians should decide whether the two books that I just referenced should be available to kids? Is that what you're saying?
No.
Okay. Tell me what you're saying.
Well, first of all, there's this...
Don't give me a speech. Tell me what you're asking me to do.
With all due respect, Senator, the words you spoke are disturbing, especially coming out of your mouth is very disturbing. But what I would also tell you that we're not advocating for kids to read porn, to Senator Booker's point.
What are you advocating for?
We are advocating for parents, random parents, not to have the ability, under the guise of keeping kids safe, to try and challenge the world view of every single manner on these issues.
You're getting conceptual again.
I'm not getting conceptual.
Well,
I'm saying that...
you are. Yes, you are. Because I want to know what you're recommending. It sounds to me like what some of you are saying, the librarians should decide who gets to see that book.
I'm saying when individual parents are allowed to make a decision of where that line is, and To Kill a Mockingbird, which involves a rape scene, should that book be pulled from our libraries? I think it becomes a slippery slope.
I think you ought to think about it a little bit more before you come here.
I've thought about it, Senator.
If you're going to propose something, you ought to be able, in 30 seconds, to be able to explain what you're asking us to do. Ms. Kelly, what do you understand Well, let me skip you for a second. Mr. Cameron, tell me what you're proposing.
It's pronounced mix.
Mix? Is that how would you like me to refer to you?
Senator, your definition of sexual is synonymous with LGBTQ identity.
I'm not asking you that. I'm asking you to tell me you read those two excerpts.
Genderqueer.
Do you think that, are you asking that only librarians and not parents have any say in whether minors can read those books? Is that what you're saying?
Genderqueer has never been in my school library, so it's never been banned.
Well, suppose it was. Should it be up just to the librarian, or should parents have a say?
There should be facilitation of collaboration between students,
Should parents have
and
a say?
educators. Parents should be working with students and educators to be
Okay.
making decisions because students
All right.
are...
And who decides ultimately? The librarian, or do you take a vote, or who takes the vote?
Book review committees in the community in my school district.
You want a committee to decide?
There are committees.
Okay. Well, I'm asking you, how do we decide whether the two books that I just referenced should be available in the library?
I kick things off by reading shocking excerpts from two highly debated books, All Boys Aren't Blue and Genderqueer. These passages are graphic, and I use them to press the witnesses with one burning question. Who decides if kids should read these books? Parents, librarians, or someone else? The witnesses push back hard. They argue that no single parent should have the power to ban books for everyone's children. Instead, they call for collaboration. Parents, students, educators, and librarians working together. But I'm not buying vague answers. I tell them straight up, don't give me speeches, give me solutions. The conversation gets heated. One witness warns that if books like All Boys Aren't Blue are removed, students lose the chance to learn about tough realities like abuse and identity. I respond that this isn't about general censorship. It's about specific, explicit content that kids are exposed to. I demand clarity. Who gets the final say? The witnesses point out that many schools already have review committees to make these decisions. But I press harder, accusing them of dodging the question. They keep circling back to collaboration, but never give me a clear, actionable proposal. The frustration is boiling over, and it feels like we're going in circles. In the end, we're left with a fiery disagreement. I accuse them of political posturing while they defend inclusive policies in libraries. No clear solution, just a clash of two very different worldviews. So, what do you think? Should parents, librarians, or committees decide what books kids can access? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget, smash that like button and subscribe for more hard-hitting breakdowns.